Hey everybody, it's Gary. Happy Wednesday to you. I've got a question from the outset. Actually, I got a statement, then a question. The statement is, I hate talking into cameras. This seems so distant. I'm talking to my daughter, looking at a screen as we're doing this. But I think it's the next best thing. So my question, now that statement's out of the way, is this. How do you define the good life? I know for me, I would innately go to things like comfort, pleasure, things I can control, the absence of suffering. Maybe, what if God has a different definition of what the good life is? You read scripture and you can see that he certainly does. This morning I woke up having my own little pity party thinking about our 6th week of sheltering in place. And not only thinking of the inconvenience, and that's all it is for me, is an inconvenience, but thinking of the suffering that many of you are going through. And God brought me to scripture and spoke to me. I mean, I spoke with God today, everybody. It was amazing. And he spoke back, which is even more amazing. He usually does through his word. And I want to read to you 2 of the passages that he had me in this morning. James chapter 1, verse 2-4. Let me just read scripture over you. Count it all joy, my brothers and sisters, when you meet trials of various kinds. For you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, not lacking anything. And then 1 Peter 1, the book we're in our Exile series, verse 6 and 7. So be truly glad. There is wonderful joy ahead. Remember, he wrote that to people experiencing severe trials. There's wonderful joy ahead, even though you must endure many trials for a little while. These trials show that your faith is genuine. It is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold, though your faith is far more precious than mere gold. When your faith remains strong through many trials, it will bring much praise, glory, and honor on the day that Jesus Christ is revealed to the whole world. What a day that'll be, right? You know, as I was reading these passages and God was speaking, the sense I had is, maybe God defines the good life differently than I do. And maybe I should go, as we've said many times with PCC, with God's definition. It's the way of human flourishing. Maybe God isn't after my happiness as much, to use an overused phrase, as he's after my holiness. And that Christ-likeness, maybe that is the good life. So in this time, as we shelter in place week 6, it doesn't have to be a bummer. Maybe God is forging in you Christ-like character. I want to close with a paragraph from my devotion that I was reading this morning. It said, the difficulties you face today are not in the way of God's plan. They are not, and they don't show a failure of God's plan. And they don't reveal that God's turned his back on you or his plan. What if the trials you face today are a sure sign that God is committed with zeal to his redemptive plan in your life? I left my time with the Lord in a whole different place than when I started. I hope that encourages you. God bless you. Have a great day.